What it is, guys, your boy Ansel with an episode of Analyzing, and today got the UCL final. Okay, the UCL 2023-2024, the semis, and the prediction for the finals. But let's start off with the semis. Start off with PSG versus Dortmund. In the first leg, it was a back and forth game. It was pretty even, 57% possession to 43% possession in favor of PSG. The expected goals was similar, 1.78 to 1.7, 14 to 13 shots. It was really close with the yellow wall being present, but obviously the Fulcrum goal is what separated the game and gave Dortmund the advantage heading into Paris. The Jadon Sancho resurrection. Okay, he created the most chances in this game. He had 3. The most successful dribbles, he had 13. And the most duels won at 14. All right, he played pretty good. He played pretty well, I want to say. But to make it sensational, he needed that goal or that assist to put the cherry on top to make it like a sensational game. But it was pretty well. Yellow wall was crazy. And to Jadon Sancho, it was pretty good for him to see, after his I wouldn't say diabolic, but like his fiasco over there in Manchester United, just to come here back to his old club in Dortmund, see him succeed. It's pretty cool. So you ain't gonna hate on the guy. Second leg, Dortmund in the Parc des Princes. They pretty much say, let's park the bus, and it worked. Right? PSG was straight awful finishing. They had 30 shots, only 5 were on target, compared to BVB's 7 total shots. And so that was horrible. And then 4 for PSG hit the post. Zaire Emery's, Nuno Mendes, Mbappe's, and Vitinha, all those 4 shots hit the post. Matt Hummel scored a header in the 50th minute to seal the victory, 2-0 in aggregate, as the Germans were headed to the final. From both legs, right? I'm disappointed in Mbappe and the PSG attack. Obviously, no goals in both legs. They did not score or assist, but Mbappe did have 2 chances created and 3 dribbles. But that's not enough. We need the goals and the assists. Okay, this is the best player in the world. You gotta lift your team up in these games. In these one-score games, you gotta score, you gotta assist, you gotta carry this team on your back and create a moment of magic. And he didn't do that. He's supposed to. You're the best player in the world. You got to step up your game. I just hope he doesn't do that if he comes to Madrid. Okay? He doesn't bring this baggage with him about anything. Okay, about this where he's lacking right now. I hope he doesn't bring that to Madrid. I hope he doesn't bring his problems with him over here. His ego, you gotta leave that at the door, homie. Because this is Real Madrid. Okay, supposedly he's confirmed now. Obviously with PSG. He announced the other day that he's leaving PSG. He didn't say which club he's going to, but he just announced that he's leaving PSG. Obviously everyone, like 99% of people think it's coming to Real Madrid. We'll see. I won't believe until I see the man dressed in a white t-shirt. White playera de los blancos, and he's at the Bernabeu. Okay, that's when I'll believe it. Even if Fabrizio Romano can say, "Oh, the deal is done. It's already signed," and a bunch of outlets can say the deal is done, I'll be like, all right, until I see that man with a blanco jersey in the Bernabeu for his presentation, then I'll say he's a Real Madrid player. But we'll see, man. We'll see where he goes. It's kind of problems now. I don't know, man. We'll talk, if he comes to the club, we'll talk about how he fits in the team and everything, but I don't know, man. It's starting to look like it's going to be, I don't know how he'll fit on the team, but it's starting to look weird, but we'll see, man. We'll see, but he didn't play well, man. He did not play well these 2 legs, and I was very disappointed for me to see. But shout out Dortmund, okay? A lot of people did not believe in them. I was one of them, okay? I'm gonna be frank with y'all. I had them 3rd in Group F, and they finished 1st place. I said, that's great for them. That's cool. I did say Newcastle was gonna be last, and they were. So, but for Dortmund, I said, that's cool for them. They beat the group, and I said, well, they'll probably get eliminated round of 16 or quarterfinals. And like they always do, they just always get eliminated at this point, especially by City in the round of 16, But now they beat PSV in the round of 16, the Dutch champions. They beat Atleti in the quarterfinals. And then they beat PSG in the semis. And they're in the final. Edin Terzic doing good. Sancho, Fulkrug, Brandt, Sabitzer, all guys, they all did well. Well done to them. Well done to Dortmund. Now they're headed to the final. Maybe they have a chance. Maybe they don't. You'll hear my prediction later. But first we'll get on to Real Madrid, the other semis. Real Madrid versus Bayern. First leg in the Allianz Arena. It was a great game. Goals by Vini for Madrid. A sweet pass from Cruz that leaves it perfectly for Vini to finish it in the first half. Sane, who scored at the 53rd minute. And then Kane scored a penalty in 4 minutes later. And then Vini scores a pen in the 83rd to have the score 2-2. First minutes, Bayern started on the front foot. And then they slowed down and they allowed us to get into the game. Second half, Tuchel brought on Guerrero, dropped Müller, and then switched sides for Musiala and Sane. They switched the wings. They're being more outside in the touch lines, which led to their 2 goals. But like we do, we just never gave up. So yeah, that's why we scored. Obviously, yeah, the penalty just kept going. For the penalties, right? Both penalties were valid. On Bayern's side and our side. Jamal dribbles into the box, cuts quickly. Lucas Vazquez throws his foot out, hits Jamal. Obviously, it's a penalty. Second one, Vini dribbles into the box, the Real Madrid one. Rodrigo gets the ball, and Kim Min-jae just grabs him. Straight up grabs him, right? Clear penalty. Vini slots it in to the right side. And obviously, it's 2-2. I think both penalties are valid, like I said. This is no discussion there. Clearly, let's move on to the individuals. Kim Min-jae, not the best night for bro in the first leg. Okay, 2 errors are led to the goals. Obviously, on Vini's live play goal, he bites way too hard. When Vinicius tries to get into the play, he just bites way too hard, leaves so many space. When he actually needs to stay deeper. Because you want to keep Vini, in front of you so that there's no space between him and the defender, and no space behind the defender due to his speed, because he's Vinicius. He has that kind of speed. As we've seen in the goal versus Vini, he just runs into the space behind, boom, never catching him. Kim could take that risk in another situation if Dyer's behind him directly, because then Cruz maybe wouldn't make that pass because the space is not there, or it's harder to make that. But you can't take that risk with Vinicius right there, bro, with his speed. You cannot. So that's where he messed up. The penalty goal, obviously, versus Rodrigo. I mean, he just straight tackles, bro. He just straight tackles the Brazilian and then kicks his leg out, which concludes clear penalty. I do feel bad for him because I remember last year with Napoli, he was a great defender. I don't know what's happened to him in Bavaria, but Real Madrid, okay, we know what to do, what to attack consistently now, and at the time, and that was Kim Min-jae for the second leg. But Müller, he didn't have direct assist, but he did contribute to the first goal, okay, by dummying it to Sane. He let the ball roll past him, he scored, and then passing it to Jamal in space for the penalty. He has football IQ. We all know this. He has played for 16 seasons, top level. He learned something about spacing, movement, positions. He has all of that. He was in between the Mendy and Nacho. He was in between them. He was baiting them to move around. Müller, he's just goated, man. He's just goated. He just has that experience. I think he got called up to the German squad. Not 100%. I need to check that, but something like that. But he's just goated. And then obviously Vini scored the brace. He was beasting out there. He got man of the match. In the second leg, okay, but first I want to give myself credit that I kind of got the first leg. It was 1-1. I was there. Second leg in the Bernabeu. First half, Los Blancos had 8 chances. Vini hit the woodwork, and Neuer was balling for most part of the game, foreshadowing. But most of the time, he was doing great, and he kept Madrid from scoring. He had 5 saves. Bayern only had 8 shots in the whole game. The Barbarians played really deep. They had 5 or 6 defenders at a time. We had most of the ball. Second half, about the same few chances, and then the chaos started from there when Davies scored his outside banger in the 68th minute. Literally like a minute later, Nacho scores a tap in. He did push Kimmich, which was a correct call. It was a foul, and the goal was ruled out. So, that is something that most people want to say. Madrid, the refs are always on Madrid's side. Well, there you go. There's a clear penalty, clear foul that they took away from us. So I don't know what you're talking about, but it was the correct call. And then the subs for both teams, right? Ancelotti took off Cruz, Tchouaméni, Rodrigo, and Valverde for Modric, Camavinga, Diaz, and Joselu. And then Tuchel took off Sané, Musiala, and Kane for Kim, Müller, and Choupo-Moting. Joselu is the one that stood out, obviously, because he scores at the 88th minute as Neuer doesn't control the ball right from a Vini shot. The Spaniard is there, he looks, he rebounds, goal. 2 minutes later, Rudiger finds Joselu, who works his way onside to score his brace and make it 2-1. Absolute scenes. I mean, bro, like I was in my digital media class, bro, at Delta, and I mean, I was watching this like in one of the rooms, in the little podcast rooms. I was watching it there. It was just absolute scenes, bro. Like when Davies scored, I was like, I don't know, man. Like and then we just scored on. I'm just yelling at the chairs. It was great. It was great. It was a scene, absolute scene. And I mean, the game is in chaos, like I'm saying, like 90+9 injuries. Blah, Bayern trying to get back in it. And then there's a long ball from Kimmich to Mazzari, and the linesman lifts the flag, right? And then the main ref blows his whistle, play is over, but De Ligt scores, and it doesn't count because the ref blew, the whistle. From this point of view, this scene or whatever, this play of the game, objective point of view, the refs messed up. They did. They messed up, all right? De Ligt said that the ref told him he did mess up, which is true, he did. But it was really close. So you're supposed to let it on, right? That's the rule. The rule is that if it's that close from offsides or whatever, you're supposed to let it play on. If he scores, we go to VAR. If he doesn't score, who cares? The game continues, right? But a lot of people forgetting. Since the refs blew the whistle, we stopped playing. Okay, even the Bayern players, except De Ligt, we started playing. He's the one who scored the goal. He's the one who just shot it. And that's important to remember because a lot of people are saying, oh, they bought it, they scored, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, it's mostly on the refs. Okay, the refs blew the whistle. So then everyone stopped playing. Maybe if he doesn't blow the whistle, he probably still doesn't score because we're still playing. He blocks it or Lunin saves it. We don't know. So it is the ref's fault, yes, but that doesn't mean they're going to score a goal right after. Could have not. We don't know. But they blew the whistle, and that was the error of the ref. Not our fault. Again, if you always want to say it's Real Madrid, bro. Real Madrid, okay? But it's not, bro. And even if Bayern somehow score, right? How do we not know that Real Madrid's not going to score immediately after? There's enough evidence to say that we do rather than we don't. And even if we score that after we don't. Even if we go to overtime, not a clear winner. Maybe we score, maybe we don't. Maybe it goes to penalties. Maybe we win, maybe not. So we don't know. But even anyways, after all that, the game is over. Real Madrid won 2-1 in that game, and then we won 4-3 in aggregate. I'm gonna give credit to myself, like I was saying. I had in the second leg that Real Madrid was gonna win 2-1, and we won 2-1. So pat myself in the back, bro. Pat myself in the back. Overall, my overall takeaway from this this tie was what a game. What ties, but especially the second leg. What a game, man. Los Merengues, we cannot be stopped. We cannot be stopped in these type of nights for some reason, bro. Time after time after time, we just come through. We never die. We just never die. I'm extremely proud to be a Madridista, bro. Like, honestly, when Davies scored his goal, maybe for about 5 seconds, I was nervous. For 5 seconds, I was like, damn, I think we're going to lose. But then I seem to remember we had 20 minutes left in the game. I looked up on the score and I said, oh, we have like 20 minutes left in this game. I said, we're good, bro. We're going to pull some out because I don't know. It's just a lot of time for us. And you don't remember that meme. Don't score first versus Real Madrid. Don't score first. They just made it so common and a normal thing that I could just say it like that without having any remorse. Be like, oh, we're probably going to score later on. Yeah, a lot of time. We could probably come back. Like, they just made these comebacks so normal. So, what's another word? I want to say common, but it's just so... Oh yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Just so common. So nonchalant. It's just whatever. They'll probably come back and score. So, and that's what happened. Joselu, the savior man, fan of the club, getting relegated with Espanyol to scoring a brace in the UCL finals, in UCL semis for your club as a sub. I'm extremely elated for the guy. Okay, I love that he was just a backup signing because we needed a striker, and he just comes in here and he scores. He showed his striker instincts. Incredible. Extremely happy for him that he comes from a guy like us, one of our position. He comes and helps the club go to their final and maybe get the 15th. Maybe get La Quince. Okay, La Quinceañera, bro. So it was cool. It was cool. Por La Quince. So we'll see, man. We'll see, but I'm happy, very happy for him. Vini's probably man of the match. Created 2 chances. He had 7 dribbles completed. Had like 5 shots. He was just everywhere on the pitch, creating havoc, especially versus Kimmich. Kimmich could not contain this man at all. The big manager, okay, the big guy, the Italian, Don Carlo, the legend. He's my personal favorite manager of all time. We have always had this never die mentality, right? Real Madrid has always had this. But ever since he came back 2021-2022 season, I feel like it's doubled in my opinion. 3 years at the club since his last stint, that when he left in 2015, I believe. And now he's come back. He's a 2-time La Liga champion, 2-time UCL finalist, with one time obviously winning it versus Liverpool in the 21-2022 season, and hopefully he gets another one. All right, just madness. The camaraderie between him and the players is just perfect. Like, they just get along so well. He knows how to manage them. They know how to get with him. Like, they just work out. It's a great thing. He's the greatest manager in my opinion. I know people always want to say those memes, of Pep. Like, it's like picture of Pep and it's like overlapping fullbacks, possession, attack between the lines, overlapping, then it's like a half space, like, oh my god, right? And then it has Don Carlo, and this is just happiness. All right, guys, go play. Like, oh my god, right? And everyone just likes to make fun of his tactics like that. And they always say, oh, Carlo has no tactics. Like, his tactics is just say, all right, guys, go play. But, if you look at it precisely, you look at it thoroughly, okay, with details, he is a tactical football genius with his overloads. Okay, he likes to overload different part of the fields, especially in the wings, and that gives him more depth, more glide, everything, right? In the midfield, it gives him more everything. But he doesn't like to micromanage his tactics, okay? Like Pep. Pep basically makes the play and instructs the players to go do it like his way. Like, he wants them to get the ball with your left foot, pass it to your right foot, then with your right foot, pass it to your right back. Your right back's going to go back to you. Like, and he micromanages this. He basically just says, do it like this, like this, like this. Every little detail is planned. That is how Pep does it, which is, good or bad, whatever. That's just how he likes to do it. It's fine. He's won with it, so I'm not saying it's a bad thing. But while Carlo has a plan, he has a plan, same plan, but he tells the player to do what you think is best after you control the ball. Where are you going to pass it to now? What do you feel is better in between the game? Run. You know what I'm trying to say? And that's what I'm saying, okay? It's just more freedom, in my opinion. Actually, not in my opinion. It's just more freedom for the player, and I think that's what he likes. But in my opinion, it's just a better philosophy. Like, I don't know. I think it's just better. Like, you have to give the player more control than you, because he might be overthinking it. And now if you say, okay, you get the ball, that's the plan. Get the ball to you. Now what? What is he? Now he doesn't have to think. Maybe now he has instincts take over. It's just, okay, he's going to give me the ball. Maybe he doesn't give me this. Maybe I could go here because he likes to do this. And now if you're just thinking like Pep does, like, I want you to pass it to the right back. What if the right back's not open? And now he's like, do I still have to pass it to the right back? Or do I have to come back because I'm overthinking it? That's why I like his philosophy better. Okay, this game, okay, his overloads. In this game, his overloads and subs is what won the game for Ancelotti. Obviously, Joselu, space being the main one. But that's what I like about his tactics. He mostly puts it on the player and not on him. He doesn't have specific game detailed things. So, Carlo for the win. My opinion. Carlo for the win. Bayern, I feel bad for them. Feel bad for Kane and Musiala and Mueller, but it is what it is. Eh? It is what it is. They let it go in those 2 last minutes. Not our fault. It's their fault. They let it go. Tuchel, I get his frustration, right? In his press conference, he said they messed up, blah, 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 obviously. And he is correct. Like I said, he's correct. They did. But I didn't like what he said after that. After he said they meant to, he said, if it was the other, quote, if it was the other side, it wouldn't have been called, end quote. Like, okay, bro, stop being sore with your theories, adding to that Real Madrid by the referees, VAR Madrid. Like, people already think we bought the refs, and then this just adds to it. And then there's a certain fan base who likes to scream out robbery and that we're VAR Madrid and that we buy all the refs when their team is actually the one that was or still is under investigation for referee bribery. So they shouldn't be talking. They know who they is. They're that broke club up in Spain. They know who they are. I wouldn't really be talking, all right? When y'all was, I forgot if y'all was, I think they're still in their investigation. So I wouldn't really be talking. You're actually under investigation. Not like us. Not just a bunch of allegations that haven't even been nothing. Haven't been investigated. You're under investigation. So I don't know why y'all talking. But this is what they like to do. They like to chirp because they're losing. They didn't win any trophies this year. So they chirp. But we'll see. And he didn't help himself also. Okay, he didn't, Tuchel, going back to Tuchel now, he didn't help himself in his own demise, with his subs taking off Kane in the time that, he took off Kane like in the 80-something minute. Now, at the time, it didn't make sense, okay, if you think about it, because it was like they were up 1-0, and you're just saying, all right, let's just defend, but you still needed attacking options, buddy. And then this was against us, this is against Real Madrid, who we have all these comebacks. So, he probably should have kept them all in there. And that's where he messed up. That's where that boy Tuchel messed up. But in conclusion, man, we love these nights of the UCL. Like, as a neutral supporter, we love these nights of the UCL. This is what the sport is. This is the pinnacle of the sport. This is football. And we hope to get, in the UCL final. Speaking of the UCL final, Real Madrid versus Borussia Dortmund. Start off with Madrid first. We have some injuries right now. Dani Carvajal, he sustained a knock versus Alaves. Not a muscle injury according to Don Carlo. And he says he should be fit for the final. Trimeni, he got injured versus Bayern. It was a foot injury. They're still concerned if he's able to make it or not. We'll see. But I don't even think he gets in the starting lineup right now, or even after. But we'll see. Maybe he could come out as a sub. Maybe he could change the game. We don't know. But right now, injured. It's a foot injury. We'll see. Makes it or not. Obviously, Courtois has come back since his injury, right? He played in the last 3 La Liga games where he has looked good. He's kept a clean sheet in all 3 of the games that he has started. It started a debate. If he should start over Lunin. And in my opinion, I would go no. Okay, I'd have Lunin over Courtois right now. And not because I think Courtois is better than him. I mean, actually the other way around. Not because I think Lunen's better than Courtois. I do think Courtois is better than Lunen. But Lunen has been the starting goalkeeper. Okay, he took Kepa's job at the beginning, and he never let it go. He has kept us in games most of the season, and it just wouldn't be fair to bench him now. Because he's still playing good. He's still playing well, so why would you bench him? Just because Courtois came back. Like, obviously Courtois is better. But, I mean, he's also getting in the rhythm, and then you're just going to throw him in the UCL final game? Like, no, bro. Let's go with Lunen. He looks good, okay? If Lunen starts looking wobbly, or non-rhythm and training, or in the game itself, first 2 minutes, he looks wobbly, then you can take him off. Right? You can take him off, put Courtois. But if everything's normal, if Lunen's playing great in training, doing what he needs to do, Lunen should be the starting goalkeeper. We'll leave it at that, in my opinion. I think the starting 11 is going to be Lunen, Dani Carvajal, Rudiger, Nacho, Mendy. That's going to be our defense. Right back's going to be Dani, center back Rudiger, Nacho, center back, and then Mendy left back. Our midfields, I think it's going to be Cruz, Camavinga, Valverde, Jude, and then the two forwards going to be Vini and Rodrigo. That's going to be a starting lineup, in my opinion. Dortmund, Haller, he has an injury, expected to be back. He's in training, but Fulkrug has been playing well, so I think Terzic will stay with him. He's going to leave him in the starting lineup. Starting lineup for Dortmund is probably going to be Kobel for his goalkeeper, Schlotterbeck, Hummels, Ryerson, midfield Can, Brandt, Savitzer, and the forwards Adeyemi, Fulkrug, and Sancho. My prediction: I feel like Real Madrid is going to have most of the possession in this game. We might want to get it, like just because it's Dortmund, or in Dortmund might just give it to us. They might be like, you'll have the ball, we'll stay back. Obviously versus PSG it worked, so they might be thinking that. Terzic might be thinking that. We'll see. But I'm thinking we'll probably get more of the possession. Honestly, I think we only lose this game if Los Blancos just really underestimate Dortmund. Like, just really underestimate them and give minimal effort, or give no effort at all. Give minimal to no effort at all. And then we'll probably lose. But if they respect them, give the credit of them being UCL finalists, we'll play way better than them, and it should be a 3-1 win. They probably score first, and then that wakes us up, and we score 3, and we become 15-time UCL champs, in my opinion. Like, I just feel like if we don't give them the credit they deserve, they'll probably score on us, give us a few goals, and maybe we're not able to come back. If they score like two goals on us, we don't know. Maybe we'll come back, maybe we don't. I don't know. And even if that happens, we still could come back. But you shouldn't just run out your luck like that. Okay, you got to not underestimate them. Dortmund's been here. Dortmund's in the final for a reason. They give it their effort. We're going to win. We're going to win. The only reason we lose is if we just underestimate them at all and we just show up and think we're going to win. But if we don't do that, bro, we're going to win. We're going to win. And we're going to become 15-time UCL champs, okay? Historia que tú hiciste, historia para hacer. You know what I'm saying? It's like Madrid, Madrid, a la Madrid, nada más, y nada más, a la Madrid. All Madrid. I think we'll win. Thank you guys for listening to the episode. See you on the next one. See you on the final. See how the final goes. Watch out for that episode. See you on the next one.